I'm not liking the delay with how long it takes to get money into my account and having to use my actual money to ship items out before I collect the funds. Bring back PayPal. All right, Reagan is in here. I'm going to do a question here from Christopher. And Reagan's doing, what are you doing back there? Are you making some Enderman ornaments? Yeah. All right, we're going to give one away on her channel. I don't know if you heard it the other day, but I don't know when you're going to hear this. So this might be 2 weeks ago. Who knows? Sometimes I don't get to these. So here's the question. What do you think of the new payment option with eBay? No more PayPal collecting our payments. I'm not liking the delay with how long it takes to get money into my account and having to use my actual money to ship items out before I collect the funds. Bring back PayPal. Okay, so hi Pepper. Let me say this. I think managed payments for me is better. I love it. You know, if you make consistent sales, once you get past that initial 2 or 3 days, I don't think that any of that makes a difference. At least it doesn't to me. Now, if you're living on a shoestring right there and dependent on that money, then I can see your point. But I just don't think, I think for the consistent seller with just multiple items every single day, I just don't see it being an issue. So I want to know what y'all think in the comments. It's a tiny, tiny bit cheaper for now. And I like it. And the only thing I would do different for me is I'd still have my own bank account. I'd separate my bank accounts, let's put it that way, because it's getting mixed up with money that I don't want it mixed up with. And I like to budget and plan. I'm pretty obsessive about that. So I think I'm going to change that in the very near future. But a lot of you already have, especially if you're, full-time, you're not using your own bank account and stuff like that. So anyway, tell me what y'all think in the comments. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate it. I have a question from Roughwood Thrifter. How long do you keep pictures after you list the item? I keep pictures about 5 seconds. I don't keep them. I've been asked this question before, and I don't think I got a response, and I asked a rhetorical question back at y'all. Am I missing the boat here? What is the benefit of keeping pictures? I guess if something goes wrong or your items get delisted, you don't have to go back and find it, but I just have, that has come up over time where I thought I listed something and I didn't, or it remained in drafts or something that I've messed up. And I'll just go find the item and snap a picture of it and put it back up there. But I just can't see going through the process and the hassle of doing all that. Am I missing something, y'all? Leave me a comment below. Hey, I have an interesting question from Steve here. He says, I see you use Supply Hut. Are they the most reasonable, and do you use them for most of your supplies? So I don't use them for all the supplies, but let me tell you something I like about Supply Hut. The boxes aren't the best quality in the world. I know that sounds silly. Why would you like them because of that? As opposed to say the Boxery or something. And they vary, and they don't always come the same way you got them last time. But they're lighter. And so a lot of items just need enough packaging to make sure it's secure. So for instance, if you're going to ship a hat, if you put a hat in a Boxery hat, sometimes it creeps over 8 ounces. Well, if you put it in a Supply Hut box, it's not going to. It's going to stay under 8 ounces most of the time. So at any rate, that's why I like it. I think I have affiliate links to both. I know I have affiliate links to some of the smaller boxes from Supply Hut, but there's probably a couple other ones down there that I have used. So Steve, thanks for the question. I have a question from Patrick. He says, what do you use to put those license plates? How do you adhere them to the bins back there? So let me go show you what I put on. All right, here it is. This is what I use right here. Hillman. And they are self-drilling, self-piercing, and they're really, really short, 9/16. And that's what I use right there because they are big enough at the end to secure the plate, and they're not very long, so it goes through the plastic and then, has a little bit extra, but nothing that's going to do too much damage to my hand or to any of the items. Question from Aaron. I noticed you said you finally sold something that you listed last year. How long should I be sitting on items before they sell? I find myself getting low on patience and I end up lowering the price often too quickly. Should I focus on moving a lot of items quickly for cheaper or sit on items for months until they sell for the right price? So I think this is one of the common misconceptions that people have out there. I'm looking out my window. Looks like somebody's out there. And it's when people get into reselling is that you list it and it sells, you list it and it sells, and it just isn't the case. There are some items that you list it and it sells. There's no doubt about that. But I think that for a lot of the type items I sell, you're gonna have to wait, and it's a balancing act. There is no blanket answer to this question. It depends on a lot of factors. Depends on how much you need the money, how much you need the capital, if you have other opportunities and you need the capital for it. It depends on how big the item is and how much space you have. It depends on all kinds of factors. But I would just in general say that you have to lower your expectations and you have to be in the ballpark. If there are 20 items out there identical to yours, why is somebody going to pick your item? If there are 12 listed for a lower price, let's just assume the item is the exact same item, same condition, everything. There are 12 other items for the same price. You've got to do a couple things here. Either you've got to lower your price to get in line with the most competitive. Maybe you don't want to be the lowest one, but once that lowest one sells, are there 11 more to go before they get to yours? So lowering your price might not just be waiting. Plus, once you've had an item out there for a year, the market on it may have changed. You may not ever sell that item for that price. Now, the market might change in a good way and your item's been priced right and all the other ones have sold for the last 6 months and then finally yours hits. You got to factor in all those things and you always got to be looking. But my best advice to you is don't focus on those items often. Focus on the next item and the next item and the next item and the next item and be surprised when that thing finally sells for a decent price. If it's been in the store for a year, you'll have I have lots of items that have been in the store for a year. Run a 5% sale. Maybe it'll bring it down to the right price. Change the words. Try to make your listing stand out as opposed to somebody else. It might not be the best price, but if you have a key word in there that somebody's looked up and it's not in anybody else's listings, yours is going to be the lowest price with that key word and it might sell. So I'm sorry I can't give you more of a blanket answer, but yeah, months? Shoot, I have tons of items that have been in my store for months and I'm perfectly okay with that. So it's a mixture of all of those things, but lower your expectations a little bit, I think, and make sure your prices are in line with the current market or you won't sell the item for sure. Thanks, Aaron. Hey, I have a question from a viewer about what scale I use, and I don't have my computer booted up, so I don't have your name, but you know who you are. I answered your question on there as well. So I'm going to show you the 2 scales that I use, and one is fairly new. I haven't had it, I've had it as long as I've had the shed, but that's about as long as I've had it, and I really, really like it. It's a little bit bigger, but I like the way it's pretty quick to get to the double zeros before you have to weigh something, as opposed to the smaller Accutech. I don't even think I have an affiliate link. And then the bigger Accutech, I do have one too. All right, so there you go. SF803. I don't even know. I don't even think I have an affiliate link. I'm not even sure why I bought that one, but I'm very glad that I did. I really like it. You hit that button right there, and some of those take forever to get to the double zeros. That one doesn't. So here's the Accutech right here, and this one goes up to 440 pounds. And so I set it on the ground. The cord will stretch out to here, or sometimes I'll even go all the way to the ground and weigh stuff, and it makes it a lot easier because you can look up here to see what it weighs as opposed to covering up the screen on something like that. So hopefully that helps. Hey, question from Dawn. She says, can you explain how to link Pirate Ship to eBay? So it's been a while, so I'm not positive, but I know it was in settings and there's a way you can integrate it. So settings, integrate or integrations, and I think they give you the option to hit eBay and then put in your eBay information. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So go to settings and see if you can find integrations, and you should be able to do it. I do Big Cartel as well, so I link 2. Now what I can't figure out a way, because I have 2 eBay stores. Well, the kids have one, I have one, but I help them with their store. So I don't know how, and I don't know if it's even possible to link to 2 eBay stores. So if anybody knows out there how to do that, let me know. Thanks.